Orlando Pirates is affectionately known as Ezimnyama Ngenkani amongst its fans, which translates to purposefully, stubbornly, or forcefully black or dark. South Africa has a painful political history, marred with an inhumane ostracization of black people. Being black was seen as something inferior, not something to be celebrated. A lot of black South Africans still carry this complex, perpetuated by an economic divide and disproportionate land ownership that still haunts South Africa today. What Orlando Pirates teaches us is that there is no true liberation without an acceptance and love of the self. A resilience to celebrate yourself completely even in the face of adversity, stemming from characteristics that distinctly define who we are. For a long time I had to wrestle with perfection. There were parts about me that I did not like and I would do anything to try and hide them, which of course negatively affected my confidence. It is only when I discovered the gift of self-acceptance and learning to be stubbornly, purposefully, and forcefully me that I discovered the liberating self-belief to soar. Orlando Pirates has experienced many dark moments in its history. Like in 1985 when they only won 5 matches and lost 15 matches in that season. The next season they would go on to concede 60 goals, the highest number of goals they have ever conceded in a single season. On the 11th of February 2017, they suffered their biggest ever recorded loss, losing 6-0 to Moloi Sundowns. The losses are just as important as the wins, because to build a brand whose legacy has remained at the top of South African football for the past 80 years requires a strength of character to dig deep when the days are dark. I'm reminded of the words of the late Muhammad Ali, who once remarked, "Only a man who knows what it is like to be defeated can reach down to the bottom of his soul to dig for that extra ounce of power it takes to win when the match is even." The darkness of pain and defeat is something we need to lean into and use as a motivating reminder of who we really are. The reality is we are all going to experience dark days where we are going to fall. If we allow fear to take over our lives because of fear of dark days, then we will never pursue anything great. But if we celebrate the dark days and see their beauty for how they reveal greatness in us, then we will rise up and dare to build great legacies like that of Orlando Pirates. Like the great President Rolihlahla Nelson Mandela put it so aptly when he remarked, "The greatest glory in living lies in not never failing, but in rising up every time we fall." The reality though is when we watch Orlando Pirates play the beautiful game in the limelight of television and grand stadia, we are only seeing a fraction of what Orlando Pirates is made of. Most of the team's character and greatness is built in the dark, in the training grounds when no one is watching. Being forcefully dark means being unrelenting about putting in the hard work and long hours consistently when no one is watching. The truth is, unless you identify yourself with the dark, lonely spaces where you sit down and grind, then there is no public hall of fame where your name will ever be chanted. A lot of teams have come and gone, but the mighty Orlando Pirates still stands tall because they are Ezimnyama Ngenkani.